Hi, my name is Sonya Amrita, and in this series of 3 very spontaneous and extemporaneous videos, I'm talking about power and authority and your true and aligned relationship with awakening teachers. And in this particular video, I'm focusing very specifically on your inner authority and the power dynamic when you give your authority away to somebody else. So first of all, I want to talk about our wounds around authority and the real truth of authority. There's, probably billions of ways that authority positions get abused in our culture and all over the world, all the time. And this kind of becomes the norm, and this becomes the framework. This kind of dysfunctional relationship with authority becomes our framework then for any relationship with authority. I want to invite you to a new relationship with authority. True authority. Not victim tyrant, not some sort of skewed ego relationship with authority. True authority is really about owning and acknowledging that truth deep inside of you, owning and answering to your own integrity, checking in and making sure you're in alignment. That is true authority. And ironically or paradoxically, when you're really in truth, alignment, and integrity, you're more open to hearing input from outside of you. So it's a whole different balance. When you're actually not in alignment of truth and integrity, you might want to dominate someone else, or you might feel like somebody else has to dominate over you or control you or lead you because you're not owning truth, integrity, and alignment inside yourself. This is really, really important. And what I want to note here is that every single one of you has access to the wisdom that you need to be in alignment with truth, integrity, and alignment, right? And your inner authority and wisdom. Here's the thing, is that if you don't know something, when you're really grounded in your inner true authority, you can ask for help in a real and good way. You can ask for help in a way that's open and curious without leaving your center, without leaving your roots. I hope that makes sense. One of the things I've noticed in my client base is that the people who do this, the people who stay totally rooted and centered in their own truth, but ask for help and invite reflection, they're the ones with the biggest transformation. Always. They change the fastest. They change the most easily. They awaken with greater grace, with greater love, and greater truth. The people who doubt themselves, the people who project too much power onto me or another awakened teacher, the people who have this power dynamic dancing inside of them, they struggle the most. They're really hurting because they're not sure what's really true, and they're not sure what's really right or wrong. Let me take a quick tangent here and talk about right and wrong for a second. We're raised in our culture, for the most part, unless you had really extraordinary parents, to receive ideas of right and wrong from outside of us. So we are used to putting the authority of what's right and wrong outside of us rather than checking inside. It is a point of development, a point of maturation, that at some point you no longer need right and wrong outside of you. You can replace right and wrong outside with truth and integrity inside. It's a very significant shift actually in somebody's development. And don't have judgment, by the way, over the people who still need right and wrong outside of them, because maybe that's just what they need still. They may just not have arrived yet at being able to source that wisdom, truth, and integrity inside. I can say with confidence that anybody bothered to watch this video who's interested in this topic already has access to that wisdom, and that's why I say it with such confidence. So, coming back off my tangent and talking about examples, now I want to tell you a story about a friend of mine who, it's probably my favorite story. It's a story I tell a lot about the relationship of an awakened teacher and authority and inner authority, and the new balance that you can have of true authority and being open to receive information from outside of you. So, some years ago, a group of my friends really got into this other spiritual teacher, and I remember at that time when they invited me to some events with him, and I went online and I looked at his photo, I got immediately, this guy is not embodied, he is not integrated, and he is bad news. And I was like, I can't, I don't, he might have something really amazing to share, and I wouldn't question that, but I can't. It is not an integrity for me to go see him. But all my friends went, and of course you can guess what happened. At first they were all in love with him, and then there was a fall from grace. The teacher had a fall from grace, and he made a bunch of mistakes, and then everybody was so mad at him. But in the middle of the process, one of my friends was complaining to me about this teacher and, you know, saying all these things that he does and says that aren't aligned for her. And I said to her, so why are you going on his retreat this weekend then? If he's so not aligned for you, what's up with that? And she said, she was quiet for a minute, and she said, because when he says something that's not aligned for me or not true for me, it makes me figure out what is true for me. It kind of forces me to look inside and find out what is true for me. I love this. I love this. It's why I tell the story all the time. And I want to invite you to do the same with any teaching. If it resonates for you, take it in and understand that that teaching is a mirror of something that your own wisdom knows, of your own truth and integrity. If a teaching doesn't resonate for you, then inquire about what does. What does resonate for you? I'll tell you, every time a client points out something different that resonates for them more, it's always interesting to me. It's always fantastic. So I really want to support you to own your own truth and your own integrity. You know, we all need help seeing our blind spots. We all need help having mirrors. All of us, even very deeply awakened teachers. Again, I work with and support other teachers and awakened beings in the world. We all need help and support. I go outside of myself to people I trust to show me my blind spots. This is a beautiful thing about human community. We're here to reflect to each other what any one individual can't see. Don't mistake that capacity in someone to show you your blind spots as someone who should take over your inner authority. No one can take over your inner authority. That inner authority is for you. And the best relationship any awakened teacher can have with you is a partnership. I would love to partner as an external authority with your internal teacher and authority. That's fun, that's a gift. And my hope is that you have that quality of relationship with all the teachers in your life, whatever form they may take. Including if you're a teacher and you have students yourself. I hope that's the relationship you take as well, or your wonderful version of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I think I'm done with my 3-part series now, and if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. If you have your own reflections or feedback or your own insights and truths, I love that. I think you know that by now. So thank you so much. Pass this video on if it feels true to you, and blessings always for your journey. Namaste.